Hi, you guys. How's everybody doing out there
Evening,
on
all.
this wonderful Thursday?
Greetings and salutations.
I know I need to give it a minute for it to catch up. So let me know, please, if we are 5x5.
Not
Let
on
me
mine.
know. Yeah, it's working on mine. Let me know if you guys can hear us okay and everything. So who is in the house today?
I got 5x5 and 5x6.
All right. Coffee First was first in the house, so congrats, sis, on that. Bama Jen, Simply Tony, A Troop, Katrinka, Papa's Farm, Steve Perry, Shannon. Thanks for the 5x5s, y'all. Pilgrim, Talon, Max, GMA Nana, Frank Short. If I miss someone, I'm so sorry. My brain's kind of scattered today. So Oki Khan. So I'm not 100% sure if if I've said your name or not. So sorry about that. This is going to be a fun live stream. Actually, today I don't know if we're really going to be talking about scenarios too much and stuff. We'll probably go back to that next week. But today I just kind of wanted to talk about some things that were happening and stuff like that. And just to mention some stuff. I'll give you guys a minute to all get up in here for him to get back. But I did want to show you guys something, the shirt that I got. If you guys can see it okay. Trump Negan 24, got a nice little bat on it. It's got a little design here. I got that from ghostdesigns.shop. So if you guys are wanting to get some cool merch, he's got all different kinds over there. Go over there and check them out. Hey, Prepper Book Club, good to see you. Hey, Ed, Angela, good to see you. We'll talk about that in just a second. Okay. Yeah, I think next month I'm gonna work on getting some getting like a logo done. And hey, Sherry, good to see you. Getting a logo done and working on some merch for our shop and stuff like that too. So I'll keep you guys updated. Hey, Prepper Book Club, good to see you. So yeah, you guys, and if you're a Walking Dead fan, then you know what this shirt is all about and stuff. I just thought it was really cool because I love Negan and stuff. So awesome. Okay.
Had a little turmoil the last couple of days.
If they can see it, I don't know.
Oh, if you can
see the bruising on his arm and everything. It's like all the way up.
I'll get a little closer.
Okay. Yeah, you can see it pretty good like that. All the bruising all the way up. He went to the emergency room. We were there 2 days. Well, he didn't stay there. We went there. I've never seen something like this before, where a hospital doesn't have like working CAT, like CT scans and radiology and stuff like that at nighttime. Hey, Prepper Medic, good to see you. But we went in there and we went in there on the 13th, I believe. Well, we wound up being twice because we didn't leave until like 2 a.m. on the 14th, and then we had to go back the 14th. But we went in there, and at first they thought that it was like a blood clot or something like that.
Yeah, the guy that night
thought that. So he gave him a shot and said, you need to come back the next day. Hey, Dragon Lady. He had to come back the next day to get a scan. He had to be in within 12 hours or something of it. And because they did blood work, and they said it was slightly elevated. But
was this morning, or was that last night too?
It was all last night.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they did the scan and stuff and said that nothing, it was fine.
Well, they said a muscle strain.
They think it was a muscle strain, but I've never seen something like this from a muscle strain. So,
well, I try to make a long story short. I hammered a nail 3 days ago, and my arm kind of hurt a little bit, and I didn't think any of it and went on about my way. I don't really think that's what caused it, but like night before last, 2 days later, which was night before last, the top inside of my bicep, it felt like a muscle cramp that would not go away. And I used hot and cold therapy on it, and my pain level was like 9+. And then you say this happened last night? Yeah.
The night before.
The night before. And then I was drinking some coffee. So I went into the kitchen to warm up coffee. And I noticed the big red splotch on my bicep. And I went in, Kelly had been trying to get me to go to the hospital to see about it. Because like I say, I was hurting very badly. And I showed her my bicep. So she said, we're going to the emergency room. So we loaded up in the emergency room. It's only like 6 miles from here. At that point, I only had it on my bicep. Then we checked in, filled out the paperwork. I sat down and I looked at my forearm, and then all that blood was on my forearm.
Yeah, but we're just having a really heck of a time. We've been trying to, hey, John, Prepper Nation, good to see you. We've been trying to get into the VA for them to do an MRI and different things on them, and they just keep blowing us off, and it's really starting to get annoying. And the way the whole healthcare system, the whole VA, just healthcare in general in the United States really sucks. It needs something done with it. Like the emergency room, they told them, they said, well, our only job here is just to make sure you're not having an emergency, you're not dying. And that's the only thing. He said,
Yeah,
we don't need to check for anything. And so they did an x-ray too. And I'm
And
like,
a
why are they
sonogram.
doing an x-ray? Because he has no broken bones. And they come back and they're like, well, good news, you don't have any broken bones. I'm like, well, I could have told you that. I didn't need an x-ray to do that. But I mean, it's just the way it is and stuff. So we just got to kind of monitor it and see what happens. But
when I first, I've been trying to get, I've been going to physical therapy for my shoulder, and the shoulder's injury got worse and worse and worse as I was doing therapy. So I told the guy, I'm not doing therapy anymore, it's just making it worse. And then Kelly tried to get MRI on my shoulder, and the person in VA says, "I'll just go to your local emergency room, tell them to give you an MRI and have them bill VA." And one of the reasons why I didn't go to the emergency room right away, because I figured they'd go, "What? We what?" If I tell them that the VA said that, they'll look at me like I was crazy.
yeah, we're thinking about trying to change. We live in Texas, and we go to the Tyler VA. But before we started going there, we heard some horror stories about the place and different things. So we're thinking about trying to see if we can switch and go to Shreveport, Louisiana, for the VA and see if they'll actually take him seriously and stuff, because it's just been absolutely ridiculous. Hey, the Widow's Diary, good to see you.
Also, that would give us an excuse to go to the boats.
And that was his reason, I'm not a big gambler.
Well, I'm not either, but I like to play in the slots sometimes.
Yeah, every once in a while, just don't spend more than what you can afford to lose, type of thing. And
well, and I've been to the boat before. I'd walk in with $20, and when the $20 was gone, I'd leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Independent Men United, good to see you. Okay, you guys. Like I said, we're not really going to do any scenarios today. I might start doing some more next week and stuff. But something came to my mind. Like, okay, so this kind of whole backstory and stuff. So he's really not supposed to be doing anything with his arm and stuff. He's supposed to be letting it heal. Of course,
sucks.
He doesn't do that. But
I hate not being able to go out and work outside.
That's the thing is, we're trying to get this garden set up this weekend. I got part of it done yesterday, but this is I've been kind of taking it a little bit of a break from YouTube. Like I've been trying to stay away from too much gloom and doom and stuff. I haven't been in a lot of the chats and stuff that I usually am. I just kind of needed a break from it. I felt really stressed. So much stuff is going on. I'm not trying to give you guys a sob story or anything. I just knew I needed a break, and that's the best way to do it. Hey, Bug Out Adventures. Hey, Little Lone Prepper.
Yeah, I'm not a good patient.
So he's a horrible patient. But so I was working outside with my 18-year-old daughter. And I was trying to show her, not that I'm a best gardener or anything. I've only tried it like once. But I'm trying to show her, what we have to do and the soil and planting and all that stuff. And she goes to me, she goes, and obviously she's not into prepping and stuff. She don't really have. She knows that I do. She knows that, you know, we have the animals for these reasons and stuff, and she knows we have extra food and stuff, which she'll be thankful for at some point. But right now,
we've got 3 eggs so far from our chickens.
yeah, I'll tell that story in a minute too. But we so I'm out there doing this, and she's like, you know, Mom, aren't you going to feel really stupid when all these things that you think is going to happen never happen, and you've just been spending time and money doing all this stuff? And I started thinking about it, and I'm
Thank you,
like,
Dragon Lady. She said we should take care of ourselves. Everything else will fall in place.
yeah, definitely. That's kind of why I've been taking a little bit of a break too. And I wasn't even sure if we are going to do this live today, but I'm like, take an hour, and it'll be good to talk with you guys and stuff too. But when she said that to me, it kind of got me thinking that I know there's some people out in the prepping world, some of you guys out there that have family that think that you guys are that think we're crazy. You know, they're like, oh, you know, nothing's going to happen. Why are you doing this? You're wasting your money on this. Instead, you should be buying big screen TVs and stuff. Okay. You know, that type of mentality and stuff. And so I was thinking, well, you know, maybe the best way to deal with this is just, you know, show your family and stuff grocery bills. Show them what it was a year ago, even just 6 months ago. Here's the thing that people don't realize. They're like, well, if we get a good president in there, then everything's going to just work itself out and it's all going to be better. No, it's not. Because once you have inflation up like this, it doesn't come back down. It doesn't matter how good the economy is doing or something. Once you have prices that are at a certain point, they're not going to come down much, no matter what happens, whether we have a great economy or not. It's just it's the way it works.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen the same thing, but when the prices grow up and the stores start paying less for their stuff, they don't lower the prices.
Exactly.
They keep it there.
They're going to be pocketing more and making more profit off of the stuff. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So regardless as to if anything serious happens, which I do believe things are going to start getting real pretty soon, and your family, real bad, your family and stuff are going to be like, you know, I wish I had listened to you, or wow, you were pretty smart to know that was going to happen. Hey James, good to see you.
Coffee says Kevin's really sick.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. I haven't heard anything from him, so I'll have to message him and stuff. But yes, you guys, prayers for Kevin Ramsey, please, then, because I guess he's not doing too good. So
yeah, little lone prepper. That's exactly what I think happened. Because, like I say, I've seen an injury that looked just like mine, and it was from somebody in the gym that tore a muscle, actually separated the muscle.
Yeah, and he had separated his quad muscle on his leg about, was it 5 years ago now, maybe, or something like that?
Like right before my knee surgery.
Yeah, so
it was 2000. Let's see. 2018, 2019.
The time doesn't really matter, but the thing is that was pretty bad because he couldn't stand up and walk. We had to call an ambulance. I probably could have gotten him to the car, but no guarantees. And he was in excruciating pain at that time. But I remember his leg was kind of looking the same as what his arm was. And that's why I thought it had probably something to do with something like that. So what he probably needs is an MRI. So that's what I'm going to have to be doing tomorrow, is hounding the VA again and be like, dude, you guys got to do something, because the emergency room won't do anything. If it's not an emergency, they said they won't do anything.
I think we should take pictures tonight and send them to VA.
I'm not sure how you would send them, but
just show up at.
I mean, that's always a possibility too. Just show up there and be like, you know, you guys got to see him. Well, they have an ER at the VA, so regardless, and tell them they got to be seen.
Oh, that way we can also go to Golden Corral or Chinese buffet.
Yeah. So anyway, so I don't know if you guys are dealing with family members and stuff that are just like, oh, you know, you guys have been talking about this for so long and stuff, and nothing is happening and blah, blah, blah. Like, well, you know, just wait until the end of this year, because I have a feeling things are going to get bad. And
Oh.
if you guys read the Bible and know anything about the Bible, it's all foretold in there. So you know exactly what is coming. So
Like,
things
did you
will get
hear?
bad.
Did you hear that Russia's planning on putting nukes in orbit over the planet, supposedly to kill satellites? But I think there might be for more than just that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's gonna get worse before it gets worse. Yeah,
Dragon Lady.
exactly.
Dragon Lady said it looked like what her had when her husband's bicep separated from the shoulder.
Yeah, and the way that he was having the pain and stuff, it was yeah.
Well, they think it's not separated because I can move my arm, but like I was telling Kelly, the bicep attaches 3 different places. It might still be attached at 2 places, but not the third.
Yeah, so that's definitely what we're gonna be working on. Plus, I got to work on the garden some more and stuff. But so what are your guys up to? Like, what kind of prepping plans do you guys have that you're gonna be working on and stuff? What are your next goals? Like here in Texas, we've gotten good weather. I mean, it was like 70 degrees today. So
Pilgrim says he thinks the Russians already have nukes in space, which
that's awesome, Shannon.
Which, if they do, that makes the possibility of EMP more possible.
Well, why will you not get off here? Hold on. That's why, I used to think that EMPs were probably not like a top thing, but I kind of am starting to think that that is more of a possibility. I don't know. Right now, there's so many different things that could happen. That's the problem. We're not fortune tellers and stuff, but with all the tension that's going all over the place and everything, it's just a matter of time before things heat up. And
well, if we got an EMP, then I think Russia would feel emboldened to take all of Europe, and China would be emboldened to take Taiwan.
Yeah. Speaking of gardening, like what he was mentioning earlier is, well, we moved here in August, which a lot of you guys know. Hi, Wild Hog Farms. Good to see you. Which a lot of you guys know. We got our first chickens in, I would say October-ish, maybe end of September. I don't remember. And we just finally finished up getting a really good run for them and stuff for them all to have. And we finally just got our first eggs. We've had 3 now.
Which I haven't checked today. There might be more.
Yeah. So that was kind of exciting because, like I said, that was our first egg, first time the hens laid eggs. So that's pretty cool. I've got some more on order. I've got 12 more chicks on order and 3 turkeys we're gonna have. So we're gonna have turkeys too. Hopefully they'll be easy to work with. I don't know. I don't really know anything about turkeys. Of course, I didn't really know anything about chickens either. I mean, this is all when it comes to stuff like homesteading and prepping and stuff like that, it's kind of a personal preference on how you do it. And it's also everybody does it differently. And it's also, the homesteading thing. It's kind of a learning experience as you go. You could like read book after book, watch video after video, and that still doesn't make you an expert. You just have to get out there and do it. So I guess that's the words for today, the encouragement for today. Just get out there and do it.
It was like when I was in high school, my parents had a garden that was about 400 square feet, which meant I took care of it.
Hey, Neil to no one, good to see you.
But that was back when I was in high school. And my grandparents had a chicken coop, and I went and collected eggs, but that was it.
Yeah. So, love the quest of knowledge. Yeah, exactly. I am trying to learn so many different things and stuff. One of the next things that I want to learn about a little bit more about is like wild edible, like what kind of plants and stuff that you can eat out there and make sure that they're okay. And also herbal stuff, like how to make like home remedies for different things. I think that's a really important skill to learn. There's many, and I think we were going to actually talk about another skill that might be good. So.
When I was in my mid 20s, I had 4 other friends. We all had 357 pistols, and we had another friend that had reloading equipment. So we on Friday we'd borrow the equipment and we'd load 1,000 rounds of ammo and go shoot Saturday, and then Sunday we would clean our guns, and we'd give the guy that with the machine 250 rounds. And it saved us money back then, I think. But do you think it is worth it to load your own ammo? Can you get primers anymore?
Yeah, the problem we're having with this is trying to find primers, and then everything for reloading is like a pretty expensive upfront cost.
I mean, I've seen primers for small caliber rifles and pistols, but I need 9mm, 45, AK, AR, 308, and hot 6.
It just kind of gets expensive to be, getting for all different kinds, but knowing how to reload could be a really good skill in SHTF.
I've done it before. It's not hard. It's a little tedious, and you got to be careful how much powder you put in. But it's not that. It's not that difficult.
That's why I think too that mags are so beneficial. I know some people love them, some people don't like them. But one of the good things about having a mag is that you don't. If you're a lone wolf, then you have to be a jack of all trades. You have to know how to do every single thing. If you've got a mag, then you can kind of tell someone's better at something. Okay, work on that and get better at that, and you can kind of delegate the, different things that you would need to know how to do, like somebody with medical, somebody with shooting ammunition, you got maybe somebody's a good leader, somebody's a cook, somebody knows about herbs. So many different things. And
it's kind of like
it's really hard to learn everything by yourself.
It's been a long time. When I was in my 30s, I was going to college, manufacturing, engineering, technology major. And for the degree, I had to take a welding class, which I learned oxyacetylene, arc, MIG, and TIG welding. And I haven't done any welding in a long time, but I'm pretty sure I could do it again.
It's probably one of those skills that, like, once you do it again or something, you kind of remember. It's kind of like riding a bike and stuff,
It's kind of like I learned how to fly an airplane too. I took flying lessons, and I had an Air Force instructor pilot solo me, and
thank you, Bug Out Adventures.
It got so expensive I didn't fly. I didn't complete the license, but I know how to fly, and in an emergency I would feel confident to be able to fly an airplane.
Yeah. If you guys haven't liked the video yet, if you're watching after the fact, please like and subscribe if you're not subscribed, because we are trying to grow over here, and YouTube just is a very hard platform to grow on when you're things like this. You know what I was actually going to do? I just need to figure out. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you. One of the things I was actually thinking about doing was an experiment. We do art, which most of you guys know and stuff too. So I was actually thinking about starting an art channel and just, uploading like one video a week or something, and see how fast we grew on that, and see the difference, and see if there really is, if it just has to be, if YouTube just tries to suppress this kind of truth telling and kind of preparedness mindset and stuff.
Yep.
It'd be interesting to find out. Hey, Annette, good to see you.
And aren't we planning on going to a couple of meetups next?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is,
hey, Annette.
like, let's see, like if you don't. Sometimes I feel like over here in Texas, I know there's a lot of people in Texas, a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of different preppers and stuff, but Texas is so huge. I almost feel like it's a whole nother country, and that we're over here and there's all these people over here and we're like so far away. But it's kind of like, I've been feeling a little bit like everybody's kind of more towards the East Coast and stuff. And
Steve Perry said it's worth reloading.
Is it? Yeah. I kind of feel like everybody's so far away and stuff, and that having a mag is just not even something that I'd be able to do and stuff. But that's why different places, different parts of the country are going to have bunch of meetups. There's going to be one over on the East Coast. Backwoods and Hutch are having one in Missouri. We're probably going to have one in Texas or something. I mean, so going to these meetups and, you know, because it's one thing just to talk to people online, but it's another to like meet them in person and talk with them and different things like that.
We met John at Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I'd love to go back to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, but that trip cost us quite a penny.
That was an expensive trip. However, we decided it was going to be like, well, like we don't go on vacations very often. Once COVID hit, we kind of went camping quite a bit at that point.
And Six Flags.
and that was actually not too expensive and stuff. But we decided the Tennessee trip, because it was such a far way for us to drive, it was like 16 hours, that we'd go ahead and make it into like a family vacation and stuff. So we took a week. We didn't drive straight there. We stopped somewhere.
We stopped about halfway both ways.
Yeah. And we just kind of made it a week-long trip. And Pigeon Forge can be very expensive. It's kind of like a touristy, like a Vegas, only without gambling and
stuff.
Yeah,
we didn't get to do everything we wanted to because just the trip itself cost so much money. I wanted to go to Dolly World. I want to do go-karts. I want to do horseback riding.
Yeah, Papa's Farm just put up there. The one that I was talking about on the East Coast is in North Carolina, and there's the place and the dates and stuff. So if you guys are anywhere over there or think you can make it over there, get with Papa's Farm on that one. Yeah, I was just trying to check on chat here and stuff. So yeah, we're considering the Missouri one. I think it's like 7 to 8 hours or something.
When is that going to be?
It's in the beginning of June.
I think we definitely should go.
But I got to figure out, I think there's going to be one over here in Texas, but I think that one's in April or something. I'm not sure. I need to check and figure out when everything is going to be. But I definitely think if you guys are able to go to some of these different ones. I know there's going to be one, Vision Preparedness. He's having one in Ohio.
Is it now or is it coming up soon?
It's coming up. I can't remember the dates that his is going to be. I'm not sure, but that one's going to be in Ohio. I think Mike from Hudson Valley usually has one over there in New York for you guys that are closer over there. So, hey, Michael, good to see you. So you guys, if you're close to any of these places, get with some of these other creators and stuff, because it'll be
Ohio in May.
In May. Okay. Yeah. Cause, it'll be really good just to, get together and talk. And I know for me personally, I mean, I'm lucky because we're both into the same thing. We have the same mindset, but I know a lot of people don't have a support system or anything around them, or people that just think they're crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
So being around people like this and being able to talk freely and stuff like that is just a really good thing. Yeah, the Missouri one is June 6th through the 9th.
Okay.
On that one.
We need to plan on going.
And the Texas one's in April. Yeah, that's what I thought, that it was in April. So that makes it better to be able to go to both of them. So yeah, you guys definitely try to go to whatever meetups you can. It'll help. Maybe you can kind of unofficially be in a mag with some people then that way and stuff. But we need to do these things now in case, I don't know, in case they try to lock us down again, or in case our communications go down, internet goes down. I don't know. There's a number of different scenarios that could happen. So we need to make contacts now and have ways of communicating with people if all that happened and stuff. I would think there's a strong possibility, I mean, that lockdowns could happen around election time, because then that way they can do mail-in voting and things like that. That's something that we might have to worry about. Them saying, oh, well, there's a new strain out and this one's more deadly than before, so we need to lock down the country. And then they can just kind of steal the election again.
Do you think Biden's going to be on the ticket?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that hey Tara, good to see you. Do you guys think that Biden's even going to be on the ticket? From the way it's kind of sounding, and even from the Democrats and stuff, I don't think that that's what they want at all. I don't think they want him on the ticket.
And what's so crazy is all the people on the left that saying, "Oh, Joe Biden is sharp," where we can see it before our very eyes that he's not. But they keep saying, "Oh, he's sharp."
Oops. Dragon Lady says nope. Michael says no.
Yeah, Ed, it might be weekend at Bernie's that we're going through.
Yep. Yep. Tara says Newsom. Yeah, there's some talk of that. I know there's been some talk about Michelle or Michael, whatever you want to say, Obama, but I really don't know if she wants to I don't think she wants to do it. She wants to stay out of politics. But I don't know if they can convince her to do it or not.
Well,
but I don't think she'll run the country. I think Obama would.
Well, some people
and it would be his fourth term.
Some people think that he already is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is his third term. And then if she, because honestly, that's one of my big concerns, is because if they put her on the ticket, there's a really good chance that they won't have to steal the election, that enough people will vote for her. A, it's a woman. B, sort of, I guess, whatever you want to say. It's a woman of color. And for some reason, a lot of people like her. I don't know what it is. She speaks. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's kind of like Kamala's a woman of color.
But nobody likes her.
But I think she was picked purposely because they figured she was so bad that the Republicans wouldn't impeach Biden, because then they'd say, yeah, but then Kamala's going to be president, and nobody wants that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We're just going to have to kind of wait and see what happens with that. There's a good chance that he won't even be on the ticket. Too many people are talking about his age and stuff, which is crazy because Trump is what, 4
I think 4 years younger than him.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're like night and day.
Well, it's true, but it has nothing to do with their cognitive. I mean, I personally feel like you have to be a certain age to even run for president. Okay. You can't be too young or whatever. So shouldn't they have like an age limit? Like you can't be over whatever.
Some people want that.
I mean, I think that would be good, because then you don't have to worry about their health or their cognitive health and stuff.
If they're going to do that, they need to do it for Congress and Senate, and we'd get rid of half the dead wood that's in there.
Well, I agree with that. And also term limits.
Yeah. Well, I agree with term limits, but they're not going to vote for term limits on themselves.
Well, I know that they're not going to. And the only way that would pass is if Congress passed it. And they're not going to say, oh, yeah, let's do term limits, because there would be like 2 people left. I don't know how many.
It's like
guessing, but
you really don't need term limits. Just don't reelect them.
Yeah, but that's not working.
Yeah, I know, because like San Francisco isn't that Nancy's district, and it's in squalor, and they keep reelecting her.
Hey, Teresa, good to see you. That's the problem, is you keep saying, "Well, just stop electing these people." Well, that's not helping, because I don't know. Hey, Joe Morgan, good to see you.
We didn't elect Biden this time either.
Right. Well, so I don't know how they're actually getting in there. I think that they've all been bought and paid for.
Oh, definitely.
If you want to know. I mean, there is no reason that anybody in Congress should be a multimillionaire. How is that even possible? And the fact that you have to be a millionaire in order to even run for president is not how they had set things up. You shouldn't have to be rich in order to even run. That leaves all of us peons out of it.
That's usually the case. But then again, how did AOC get elected?
Because they knew that they could control her. She's another little puppet for them. And, It's like all of them and stuff. And now
I think they're treating her like.
But she wasn't running for president. President,
No.
you have to be a millionaire. I've never
they-
seen anybody less than that try to
I think
run.
they act like she's a loose cannon, that she's uncontrollable, but she's doing exactly what they want her to do.
Exactly. And if she was a loose cannon and uncontrollable, they would have gotten rid of her. So AOC is very sexy.
I can't say that.
Wait, you can't, or you mean you can't say that because she's not, or you can't say that because I'm right here?
Because I'm married.
Do you think she's sexy?
I think she's kind of pretty. I mean,
do you guys out there think that she is? I mean, I don't see it, but I'm a woman.
Well, the first thing that attracted me to you was your long hair, and she's got long hair.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, I don't think she's a dog or anything, but
No.
I'm just not sure if, like, I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, she's hot" and stuff, and I'm like, I just don't know if I see that.
She's kind of
well, you know what it is? She opens up her mouth,
exactly.
and she's not hot anymore.
That's what I was gonna say. And a lot of guys will say, there's no such thing as a 10 until after you wait till she talks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a big turnoff for me, is every time she talks, she just spews some stupid things and stuff. So she should go back to doing porn.
She'd probably get more respect.
Pretty, but how dumb she is. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying.
She'd probably get more respect as a porn star than what she's got now.
Gosh, Joe. But okay, I don't know how we got on the topic about her, but we're kind of all over the place on this. But I mean,
I'm having a little bit of adult beverage and kind of pain.
Oh, are you hurting a little bit?
A little bit.
All right. Well, after this, we'll try to ice it and get it up and stuff, and try to go to the doctor's tomorrow. See.
Yeah. With VA, I've learned how to live with pain.
Did you see Papa's Farm said?
No. What?
On thin ice, sir. Be careful when you tread here from one married man to another. Oh, it's okay. I told him he could. It's fine.
Yeah, but
I just didn't know that you thought that she was good looking. But like I said, I guess she's okay. But she's just
kind of pretty because of her hair. But yeah, no, doesn't hold a candle to you.
Oh,
and sometimes Kelly will ask me a question. And I'll.
Oh yeah, he's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that.
I plead the fifth. That's a no-win situation. I refuse to answer that question.
Yeah. Do any of you guys ever have that from your woman or something? She'll like ask you a question. You're like, oh, I better not say anything to that one. So you just kind of ignore.
Yeah. You do what? Say go this way. Oh, you do this way. She can find. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, New York Outcast. Good to see you.
Happy wife, happy life.
Horses have pretty hair too.
Yeah. Well, do donkeys, because she's a jackass.
Yeah, like I said, as soon as you open the mouth, you can But I mean, I guess if you just tape her mouth shut and she can't speak or something, then she's okay.
Well, it's like some of the guys at work. One talked to somebody that was mentally challenged, you might say. And
keep digging that hole, Rambo.
Yeah. I throw away the shovel. But it's like somebody I heard once say, it's like people already think you look stupid. Don't open your mouth and confirm it.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to the age and things like that, I just wish somehow we could kind of start all over. Like all these, it's not supposed to be a career. That's how it never was meant to be, a career politician. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know how they wound up doing it for so many years. I guess just people going back to why on earth would people keep voting these idiots in? My thought is that people like the same. They don't like change. Okay. Like for me, example, if I go to a store, I like to go to the same store. I know where everything is at, so I can hurry up, get in there and stuff. If I'm, say, out of town or something and I have to stop at a Walmart that I haven't been to, although Walmarts are all fairly similar, but it's still a little bit different. I just kind of freak out a little bit and get a little bit of anxiety because I don't like that. So I think that's kind of the way most people are, is they don't like change and they figure, well, the next person could be worse. So we'll just deal with this. I don't know. I mean, that's my thought on it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've thought about, I don't know, running for some office. You have too. But I also had a friend.
Well, I could be a better president than Biden.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, shoot. It wouldn't take much though, so that's not lifting me up very high. But yeah.
I had a wife, past tense, that her best girlfriend's husband was running for Congress in Texas, and I think he probably would have done a decent job, but his opponent went dirty, slinging mud, and because he refused to sling mud, he lost.
Yeah, that's the problem, is a lot of them are not very nice and very fair. I don't care. Like when they started dragging
Which I got
Trump,
to meet Bush Jr.'s at one of his campaign rallies.
like when they started bringing Trump's personal life and things that he did into it, it's like, that's him and his wife and whatever. It's their business. It's not our business. That doesn't define how he runs the country.
That's between him and his wife and God.
Him and God. That I don't really give a crap about that. That I don't even like listening to that. It means nothing to me. But too many politicians and different things like that will just sling mud like crazy. And it's like, I don't want to hear that kind of stuff. What I want to hear is what you are going to do for the country. I don't want you slinging mud at the other opponent just to make yourself look better. I want to know exactly what you're planning on doing and what your thoughts are on it. Maybe I'm wrong in my thinking, but to me, the mudslinging is just ridiculous and getting out of hand and stuff.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't personally care what somebody does on their own personal time, as long as it's not affecting me and it's not hurting I mean, I guess that kind of hurt his wife or whatever, but like I said, they're both adults. So
apparently she forgave him. So how's it any of my business?
Exactly. Now, I mean, if you're doing something to kids or something, then that's a totally different story and I would have to get involved. But they're both adults and what they're, so if she forgave him for it, then it's really personally none of my business. He's doing a good job running the country, so I don't really care. As long as he's not doing anything illegal, then I don't really care.
What worries me is might be past the point of no return. And I don't think one person can save us. Oh, no, one person can save us, Jesus.
And when he returns, then all this will be done and over with, and it'll be wonderful. But until that time, we have to deal with this. And also, I know there's a lot of Trump fans out there. I will say he's better than what we have. He's better than what we've had, but he's not God. He's not going to be able to fix our problems. He might put a Band-Aid on them or something like that. He might be able to do a little bit of stuff, but just thinking that, he's the end all be all is,
well, the problem is
kind of bad thinking.
The problem is, I think there are some people in our government that might be on the right. Don't really want to be in control. They would rather be professional victims.
Mm-hmm. Illegal's a fine line as long as it's for the right reason. And I also believe in giving people second chances, second and third chances. But like I said, I don't need to know what most people deserve another chance. I think I would have a hard time saying that if, say, somebody came in and killed one of my kids or something, or hurt one of my kids. I would probably have a hard time saying that they should be forgiven. Eventually I could maybe get to that point, but I'm not perfect. So forgiveness is a very, very hard and a very, very tricky thing It just really is. And
Tara said they'll unleash the aliens on us or something.
yeah, that's probably the next thing is you know, there was so much secrecy for so long about aliens. People were like, I know that they've got stuff hidden away, and I know this, and there's been alien sightings. Why isn't the government telling us what's going on? And then now the government is telling us, yes, there are aliens. We've got all this video and stuff, and people are like, what? You know, it's like you're not happy hearing either side and stuff. Personally, I don't believe in aliens. Um, I've never seen I've never seen anything that resembled an alien except on video clips. And you know, you can't believe everything you see on the internet and everything you
It's
hear.
like maybe there are some people that know more than I do, but I don't believe I've read anything in the Bible that refers to any aliens.
Yeah, exactly, Tara. Demons is what they are, and that's
Other than
probably
possible demons.
demons, fallen angels. I think that's what the aliens are. Again, I've never seen any personally. And the funny thing is, I might be wrong. I don't have any facts in front of me or anything, but I think most people that have actually seen aliens, or at least pretty much all of them, none of them were Christians. I can't verify that for sure. Which I find kind of that makes me think more like it is demons and stuff like that. Because if you're a Christian, and I don't want to get too much religious right now on this, I'm going to do some more videos on that topic and stuff. But if you're a Christian, I don't think that demons can hurt you. They can try, and they, you know, Satan can mess with your mind and different things like that. But physically, like what did they say these aliens all do? Like they probe them and do experiments on them and all this stuff. I mean, if it really is demons, I don't think that a Christian could happen to them.
Well, it's like, you know, there for several years,
I don't know.
We kept hearing about crop circle. I haven't seen anything in the last several years.
Yeah, well, it's weird because they keep bringing everything back around. And right now, I think with it being an election year, what they are trying to do, Bama Christian can never be possessed by a demon. That's why I said I don't think any Christians have seen, have actually had any of these experiences happen. Now, that's not to say that like you can't, that Satan, a demon, can't, you know, get in your head or something and, you know, and tempt you and different things like that. I mean, you're not safe from them, but you can't be possessed or anything like that. So that's kind of what I was trying to get at a little bit and stuff with that.
And some of you may have seen my video on grief. I'm thinking about doing a follow-up. It's not going to be, it's gonna be grief and Jesus.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tara.
And when I was, a lot of people that claim to be Christians say they know that Jesus was their savior in their brain, but it hasn't gotten into their heart quite yet. And you need both.
Yeah, see, I've only talked to you guys on here. Maybe I've met a couple people in real life and stuff, but it doesn't really matter. I don't know your heart. The only person that knows your heart is God. So I don't know. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and do that video on salvation that I was going to do. And I'll work on that and try to do a live stream either this weekend or next weekend on it and see what's going on with that. I think that might be a good idea, especially right now with the way everything is. But going back to what I was saying before is that it's an election year. Okay. So all kinds of things are going to be thrown at us like never before. The lockdowns again, maybe COVID or another virus or something, EMPs. aliens. I mean, look, the mall incident in Miami. I still don't know what the heck happened over there, but that was
I
weird.
saw one little report that it wasn't as big of an event, but the same thing happened at the same place
A year
a year
before that.
earlier.
Yeah, and nobody had talked about that. And the
Uh-huh.
weird thing is that this had happened, and I think it took like 2 weeks before anybody even found out about this. So I'm not sure how something so big could be hidden. But like what I was saying is there's going to be so many distractions to keep you looking everywhere else because they want you to look over here while they do something over here. It's kind of like that bill that was just trying to get that. I don't know if it got passed or was trying to get passed.
As far as I know,
to-
not. It's kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to close the border. If you consider closing a border with when you have average over a week in excess of 5,000 people, with the small print being 5,000 people from Mexico or from Canada.
And most of the people that are crossing the border, surprise, surprise, spoiler, spoiler, are not Mexicans.
No, they don't count towards that 5,000. Venezuela, Honduras, Colombia, China,
Turkey.
Yeah.
Some of these places were having boatloads of people coming across
Cuba.
and stuff. And yeah, honestly, most of the people coming across are not from Mexico. They're from other countries. And like they've shown in videos and stuff, they're all fighting age men. Hardly any women, hardly any children.
Can you say sleeper cell?
Yeah. So that's something else to be watching out for. And it doesn't matter where you live in the United States. It's affecting everyone. They're not staying here in Texas or any of these border states. They're going throughout the whole country. So we're all being invaded.
Speaking of which, that was something I was going to bring up. If a couple of questions. Do you,
Joe,
if Texas secedes from the Union, everybody, the states you live in, do you think your state would join? The second part is, what if the federal government sends federal troops to the Texas border, and as there is a high-speed exchange of ideas, if you know what I mean, and people are hurt, will your state join Texas?
Yeah.
Somebody said something's happening in DC at a train station.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the Ohio sheriff said that Chinese have safe houses.
Oh, I knew a guy that was a part-time sheriff that I worked with, and in Oklahoma was the sheriff. The gambling place,
Casino, Las Vegas.
No, casino.
Oh, okay.
In Oklahoma. He pulled over a drunk driver, and it was a woman and this was several years ago, a woman of Middle Eastern appearance, with deeds to several houses and about $50,000 in cash in her vehicle.
Jeez. Yeah.
He turned it over to the FBI, and they took care of it. Whatever.
Yeah. I don't know who or why they're saying we are not being invaded. Because we are. This is it's a big problem. And if the president won't do anything to stop people coming across the borders, maybe we need to stand up and do something. Just a reminder, you guys, to contact your local, start local, and move up to your governor and stuff, and let them know how you feel about different things. Let them know that you stand with Texas with this border issue and just different things like that. If you put enough, even the states that don't have governors that don't want to help out and stuff, if there's enough people that keep putting pressure on them and stuff, I don't know if they're gonna have to do anything, but I mean, they're gonna have to listen to it and take note about it and stuff.
Well, it's like I keep seeing there's 25 states that sent a letter in support of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
To me, there were 4 states that were not in that I kind of was concerned, didn't understand. That would be uh, Arizona, New Mexico, North Carolina, and Kentucky. But I have since heard that the Arizona, Kentucky, and North Carolina had Democratic governors, and that those states' attorneys general sent a letter in support of Texas.
Yeah, so that's why it's just important that you guys, I mean, do what you can. You can pick up a phone, you can make a phone call, you can get on the computer, send an email, do those kind of things. I'm not asking you guys to like come down here and fight or anything. I'm not advocating violence, but you guys can do so much just by calling or emailing and stuff. And you guys don't even realize that we still have a voice. This is still America. Still have freedom of speech, sort of, kind of. So
Tara,
it's just important to use your voice.
Tara, I think you might be right. I think.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I don't know. If we do have a civil war, it's going to look nothing like the first one. And if we do have one, it's going to be more of a revolutionary war, I think.
Well,
And
I've always said that if there's violence, the left will call it a civil war and the right will call it a revolution.
yeah, and also, what better time than to attack America when our guard is down and we're fighting each other? So
Well, also,
that could kick off World War III too for us.
I used to be in favor of Texas seceding from the Union. And in my opinion, the conservatives have more traditional American values. We shouldn't secede from the Union. We need to kick the states out that do not believe in America.
Yeah.
But I don't want to.
I don't
We're
know. I
probably
mean, I
gonna get
know
flagged.
that's all right. We've been talking a lot of stuff lately. Like some people say that we're already in World War III, and there is validity to that statement.
Oh, coffee! I'm not talking about you.
But there's validity to that, but also we're not like right in the thick of it. Like we haven't declared it. We haven't really said that we're at war and stuff, even though we are. So what better way and better time to attack the United States when we're fighting with each other, trying to figure out,
I mean,
and so maybe something happens at this election time.
I mean, everybody knows my nickname's Rambo, but I had a nickname before Rambo, and it was the Good Samaritan. And I try to be a good Christian, and I don't want to hurt anybody. But as Satan gets more power, what in my opinion, there has to be a point where we say this is too far, and we must stop this.
Hey, McBean, good to see you.
So I'm not promoting, I'm not pushing or wanting violence of any way, shape, or form. But at some point, we've got to say this is too much and put our foot down.
I think that's the key is, like Democrats are always having these protests and stuff, and they're called mostly peaceful protests and stuff. But Republicans don't do that. And then when they actually do, they get arrested for it, J6. So, I think that's why Republicans just kind of sit back and let it happen. They don't want, they don't want to get in trouble. They don't want this and that. So when is it enough? When you just say, you know what, this is ridiculous. I'm fighting back for my country. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll leave you guys on that because it's about time and stuff. But
everybody needs to decide what their red line is. what hill they're willing to die on. You've got to have some standards.
Yeah, and I think we're getting to the point where so many people are getting frustrated, so many people are getting upset. It's so something's gonna pop off, and it's like, just are you gonna stand up when it does? That's just something to think about, and that's your own personal choice and your own decision.
And it's like
everybody's gonna have to make that decision for themselves, when and how and what and stuff. So it's just something for you guys to think about, though, and get that in your mind.
I consider myself a conservative Southerner. And when those 2 police officers in New York City were beat up and they let the guys go, I'll be surprised if they show up to court. And that's just horrible. That should not.
Yeah, this is starting to become a country I just can't even recognize. So much stuff is going on that they're just letting happen. And it's like they don't care. We're turning into a third world country.
New York, I think, is mostly liberals, and
there's some conservatives. I mean,
I'm just saying, I wouldn't want violence even on liberals.
No,
but I will protect myself.
Yeah, definitely. There's a difference between just going out and starting something and protecting yourself. There's a difference in that. And some people would say, well, I can't even take a life to protect myself. And again, that's something you personally have to deal with. And I know it would be hard no matter what, especially if you're a Christian. I think it would be even harder because, we don't want to kill or take any lives, but it's just something that might have to happen. So you need to get your mindset and prepare for that.
Yeah, I'm a veteran, but I was a veteran of the Cold War. I worked on nuclear aircraft, which was kind of stressful. But I've also talked to combat veterans, and it messed them up, and they remember everything they did.
Yeah. All right, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and end it here so you guys can get to some of the other people. I know Vision's got a live stream. I think Native Voice probably has a live stream later too. So we will catch you guys on the next one. You guys have a wonderful night and a great weekend. If I don't talk to you before then.
Do me a favor, pray that I have a little bit of success with this arm with the VA doctors.
And also pray for Kevin Ramsey, y'all.
Oh, definitely. More Kevin than me, because I've just got a minor injury. Kevin's a stand-up dude, and he needs all our support.
Yep. All right, you guys. We'll talk to you in the next one. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Have a blessed day.